a very good evening to you. From Escotine is Kamamintela, which has had a sprinkling of rain, but the rain has stopped. It hasn't stopped the fans coming in. The center line supporters are in the building. They know there's a real opportunity here for their side. The Buccaneers with a chance to go joint top, or in fact they can take up over top spot if we get a flood of goals here this evening as the players make their way out into the playing arena. And well, great excitement amongst the fans. It's been a while since they've seen the team in action. 17 days since they played a competitive official game. Likewise for Chippa. So both sides are well rested. There are zero excuses available here for a below par performance from either side. Stanton Fredericks is alongside me this evening, a man who wore the black and white of Orlando Pirates in the past, one of those with the rare distinction of having worn the black and gold of Kaizer Chiefs and the black and white of Orlando Pirates. Tigger, good to have you with us here this evening. Yeah, it's a real chance on the Orlando Pirates side that we're on a roll before the international break. It's a real chance here. We've got something of a title race shaping up here.
Yeah, most definitely, TT, and the rest is for both teams. Let's see what they would have done in the last 2 weeks.
Right, let's talk you through the changes then. 4 in total for Orlando Pirates, with Libon Siema coming into the defense, coming back into the defense. Lombek is in Boaz, of course, and he will partner, Siema will partner Spacey at the back. Also in comes Relemo getting into the starting lineup with the work his magic. Tabiso Livito starts at right back, and Dion Hato is at left back in a new back four for the Buccaneers. Also some changes on the bench where Olisa Da is amongst the subs, as is Makehene Makaula. Right, we'll talk about Chippa in a moment. As you see, Abdeslam Wadu and Mandla Negazi, was gentlemen who will have, well, they're on a bit of starting to get on a roll here. By the way, big change for Chippa here is Dumsani Msebi gets his first start in more than almost 2 seasons, and he will be taking over from the injured Stanley Nobali. That means that Dalton Stolle will deputize. Also in Kolani Stolle and Bienvenu Evanga up front leads the line. Abdullah Mariko gets a start against the team from Wednesday. He is on loan. He's of course a Pirates player, but he's on loan. So unusually he's allowed to play against his parent club. So 4 changes apiece for the two sides. Bus Vilagazi takes charge of the side for a 3rd time, and will be looking to once again plot the downfall of Orlando Pirates as he did when he was at Richards Bay FC here. As you saw, our referee is very experienced and a former referee of the year, Mr. Gaza from KZN, that's for Shifton to be precise. All set for action here. Chippa will have their work cut out against the Orlando Pirates side that are in fabulous form and coming into this one. Spacey, we're back wearing the captain's armband. Of course, all the speculation about Bergezel Borazi possibly signing a lucrative deal to play Major League Football or Major League Soccer. Right. And the 4 changes, Stanton Frederick, let me get your thoughts then from a Pirates point of view, that will how they were going to stack up here.
Yeah, there's changes in the defense as well as up front. Nice to see Mafakeng back. He deputizes for Apollos, so that's like for like. And a chance for Lebito to step in, and very, very competitive position for Orlando Pirates at right back. And they have options in Otto. We assume that he's the consistent performer and was probably just rested because of international duty.
Sami Siabi wears the captain's armband then for Chippa United this evening. Bienvenu Evanga is amongst the starters this evening. Also playing against the Manglabe is Evanga. All set then, Mr. Casa, under Mr. Casa's orders now. It will be the home side to get us underway. Okay, a false start there. Let's try again. Here we go. It's Betway Premiership game week 13. But it's a case of playing catch-up for Orlando Pirates because, of course, they have are slightly behind in terms of the matches played on the front runners in the Betway Premiership this season. Tisa there.
You're right there, Titi. They only played 10 games so far, so the rest of the PSL, a little bit more. That is because of the continental action.
Yeah, they played 2 games in hand on Mamelodi Sundowns, the Pirates and the Skupula United, who are third. They've also played 2 more matches. The Pirates as Dion Hotto immediately getting Pirates on the front foot here. A ball in is good clearance. But hitting it on the volley there. So we know he can strike from that kind of range. It's a good looking ball in. Dangerous looking ball within there. And Motitse coming to the rescue. It's going to be a busy night if the start that Pirates have made in the first minute is anything to go by.
I'm sure they'll be looking to test CV man, your picture. As TT mentioned that last game competitively was just close to 2 years.
Yeah, he was with Durban City last season, but his last game was in the colours of Tux. Didn't get any game time with City last season. So this is a big night for him, big night. A big opportunity as well. Stepping into some big boots, literally and figuratively, replacing Stanley Nobadi. The Nigerian international was in action for the Super Eagles as they missed out, losing out in that playoff game of the Intercontinental Playoffs. So they will not be heading to the World Cup, the Super Eagles. As a ball in from Hotto again. Wow, Pirates are really starting like a house on fire here, showing real intent early on here.
Yeah, being very direct and a bit concerning because they're playing the long balls in, but Mbatume is not the tallest. His strength is certainly at the feet and not in the air, but nice direct football here from Orlando Pirates.
This is, of course, the only show in town, only match in the Betway Premiership this evening. That's a good-looking ball there to pick out the run of Otto, who will settle for the throw-in.
They have a busy evening there with Moremi and Otto hot on his heels. We're just listening to Coach Musi Vilakazi saying he's been working on the defense because they've been quite leaky there. Conceded 19 goals already.
Yeah, that is certainly where you got to start. They've conceded the second most goals in the Betway Premiership ever. Chippa, as Otto can't get it past the first man. Now chance on the break here. Evanga, the big man here, still going. Evanga, no real power to take it past. Sipo Chain, but of course now you get a sign of the way that they will play. Will look to hit on the break. It's going to be that low block, and then who can blame them? Chippa wouldn't want to try and mix it up with Orlando Pirates because they'll get hurt. Slip there from Dion Hotto. He gains his composure.
Not on the same page that time. They're looking for Evanga.
There's Sipo Mbule, the man you call the master chef in these parts. He has taken to life at the Orlando Pirates like a duck to water, or like a chef in the kitchen. Here is Rele Mufuki. They will be delighted to have him back. Came off the bench in the win over Richards Bay. Pickpocketed there, no one gave the call to Nemtajela. Now Chippa on the break, looking to do something here. Oh, listen, the Chippa are breaking with some pace here. And the Pirates are going to have to watch that. Siema the Cup as well.
Second time in succession, Siema ushering it to safety there. First one was against Evanga, and Figueiredo just got away from him there, but you can see the burst from Matrus almost getting there ahead of Siema.
Zola Matrose was with him there. Listen, Figueiredo is a player that can keep defenders busy. He's very strong, very busy kind of player, works hard. If there's only one thing that does let him down is his end product. Doesn't score nearly enough goals. For a player who does get into very good goal-scoring positions, it must be said. There's Tabiso Nito taking the place. He's now preferred at right back with Van Rooyen now slipping to the bench. First corner of the game goes the way of Chip. First corner of the game for Chippa. So one corner apiece. Rescue there from Spacey. Evanga underneath it. Oh, almost dropped for him. Almost dropped for him. There's some warning lights there. Very bright warning lights from Orlando Pirates. That Chippa are not just going to roll over and play dead here.
Yeah, Evanga will be busy. Looks like he touched it with his hand, and Zabisi there.
Evanga. Throw in from Kamis. Underneath it, but couldn't make contact.
If you don't follow the South African game, you look at these two teams and you'd assume that it'll be an easy game for Orlando Pirates, being in second position and Chippa at the bottom end. But I tell you what, it's going to be far from easy here this evening.
I'm afraid it's all too familiar territory for Chippa United. It's just about every season now we've become accustomed to seeing them flirting with relegation. Evanga could be in here again, and they double-teamed him there. Good recovery. Siema is going to have his hands full with the big man. Where's Mbogazi when they need him? Mbogazi would have been the man for that assignment. Loves the challenge.
I love that one, isn't it?
This is...
Well, I think what's name brings the balance, Siema. Even if he's paired up with Bulakazi, because in a defensive duo, one needs to be the aggressor and the other the thinker. I think in this case, CBC, the captain, will be the aggressor.
Also, Orlando Pirates looking to complete the double. They've already beaten Chippa this season, so they'll be this is a second round match, an opportunity to do the double, just as they did last season. 26th meeting.
Showing a lot of confidence there,
this is the 26th time these two sides have faced each other since they first met in 2012, when Chippa were first promoted. And Pirates have had the upper hand by some distance there. They've won 18 of those 26, and Chippa only 4 wins.
Mafokeng operating from a central position. He really looks reignited, looks like he's in the mood. Cause havoc.
3-0 was the scoreline when the sides have met earlier this season down in the Eastern Cape there. Goals from Moremi, Hoto and Maswanganyi, who starts on the bench this evening. And last season in the corresponding fixture, Pirates won that one 2-1 and then won by a goal to nil away from home. Tajela combining with the relive of King. Now nice little pass there for Dion Hoto. Can he get the cutback? What a glorious opportunity that was. Yanela Mputuma couldn't steer it gowards.
Yeah, Pirates finding a lot of joy here down the left flank. Otto just fumbling initially, and not the best of contact there from Gotuma. It was a golden opportunity, especially with this pitch that's a little bit wet. Proper contact could have been in the back of the net.
Mr. Casa has given the free kick to Chippa.
Just legs intertwining there, putting a bit of pressure on Siabi.
Captain in the side tonight, Sami Siabi.
See Chippa using Ivanga as that point of reference, looking for the flick on. As we see Figueiredo immediately just make the run in behind the defense. That's something they'll be trying all evening.
Defensive work done by Itumba Fasika, former Cape Town City man. Now good running here, looking to get in around the back there. Chippa Moremi was 8 goals in all competitions for Orlando Pirates this season, which is equivalent to the number of goals he scored at Amazulu. You know, he's in 83 matches at Amazulu, and he's already matched that, and we're only halfway through the season.
Talking about hit the floor running.
So they're the top scorers for Pirates in the league. That's in the Betway Premiership, those numbers.
And it's a healthy return for Orlando Pirates in terms of how the goals have been spread around. It's not just one man with the bulk of it all.
Oh, that's the referee plays an advantage. Could be a chance here. That will give a lot of confidence to Msibi. Msibi gets down well and makes the stop to deny them. Tajela. Sipombule is already showing his silky stuff.
Yeah, there were talks that Mbule really showing what he can do for the national team and not so much for Orlando Pirates. But I tell you what, when he's on song, he dictates the play. And as you mentioned, TT came in here and confidence has grown, looks fitter, looks sharper, and looks like he's enjoying life.
Absolutely. I think I certainly was amongst those who were worried when he was released by Skukuni, to say that, wow, he couldn't make it happen at Sundowns, went off on loan to Skukuni. When they let him go, I thought, oh dear, is this another cliched story of a player with a heap of talent, but just never realizing that talent? And with Mbule, Sipombule, it's never been in doubt. His ability, talent, chance there. Snatched at it a little bit. Did Stoller. So what a start to this game. Almost quarter of an hour into it, and it's been real end-to-end stuff here. Pirates, of course, as you might expect, enjoying a lion's share of the possession. Pirates are currently on a run of 4 league wins in a row against Chippa. This is for the second time that they've done so. They previously did that when they won 11 successive matches against Chippa between 2016 and 2022. See the possession.
Double the number of passes there for Orlando Pirates.
One of the players who's also conspicuous by his absence out there for Pirates is Oswin Apollos. Starts on the bench tonight.
Remy just managing the workload for all the players. They certainly have the luxury to do so.
ball he missed. And, he was out injured. First time that he's really actually been out with for a lengthy period since he's made his debut for the first team. And, working it wide. Stoner. The pass was intended for Semisiabi. Ended up with Mbole. Now, space opening up here for Moremi to pull the trigger. Thought about it. Now he does. And pulls it.
Yeah, a little bit hesitant there, Moremi. Lovely picked out from Mafokeng. And started with the Master Chef. Some nifty footwork in the middle of the park there, and coach impressed with that movement.
See that Coach Wadu, that fingers in the mouth technique for whistling. He's going to need to get some coaching here. That one doesn't work. You want to get enough volume in a stadium with so much noise. Ow, getting in. This is good running. Oh, still going. And eventually crowded out to two men doing the job there. Took 2 men to stop Modise. Modise. Chain. We know that it's a game that's this fixture produces what we 23 of the 25 fixtures between these games between these two sides that had goals. Moremi. Chippa Moremi doing some elegant stuff here from Pirates. Look at this. Chippa Moremi. Oh. Almost laid it on a platter. That would have been a tap-in. Good awareness there from the Chippa. Still the danger not gone, but it runs away from Sipho Mbule. Good work. Very good. This is some nice football being played by Orlando Pirates here.
Excellent 1-2. Nice movement there, occupying a lot of spaces there. Butuma almost with that touch. Moremi had a look. Excellent ball in there.
Lamela Botuma is all involved in that. I'll tell you what, that is quite a potent front line that Pirates have. Moremi, Mofuke, that Val connection, and then you have Sipho Mbule.
A lot of speed, a lot of creativity with those names you just mentioned there. TT in that build-up, there was a situation where Master Chef played it with one touch, and that's a skill. And they say you're a skillful player, that is a skill to be able to play with one touch.
You don't need to always hold on to the ball. Move it quickly. That's a misplaced pass. BC was trying to pick out the run of Rela Mufugi. That interception right. Fasika. All the way back. I've got to say, for all Pirates' domination with the ball possession, Chippa still playing their own game.
Still effective, yeah.
Talented Bata operating in that midfield defensive role now with in the absence of Sihle Ntuli, who had come in and made it his own. Oh, what an impressive start. Actually, it's got to be said, all of Pirates' new signings have hit the ground running, which is quite extraordinary. You hardly ever see that. Moremi's ball in! Attacking it, still alive here. Butuma attacking that one. There's been some quality supplying in there.
You're so right, Titi. It's not often that if you do make 5 changes, all 5 really hit the floor running and have an immediate impact. I think that's the case for Pirates.
You will know all about that being a Liverpool fan. About how difficult it can be to get the big money signings to play.
No.
Like record signings, British record signings. Don't, never mind buy a goal, can't buy a place in the starting lineup.
Yeah, just in today's starting lineup. Looking at Tajera, Moremi, Butuma, Bule.
To a man, I mean, I think they will all hit the ground running. Even Yanela Butuma, who have a nervy start, you had a heartbreak of missing that penalty, the crucial penalty in the Champions League that saw them get knocked out of the CAF Champions League. But his coach backed him, and in the very next game, he started it. Butuma rewarded his coach for the faith shown in him. Could be something on here, thought about pulling the trigger, but hesitated a little bit and allowed Chippa to steal possession. Now they can go on an attack of their own. Figueiredo, Swat international. But sticking to him. Azola Matrose loses out. Butum gets it to feet. Now, Moremi, still Moremi. Rinkami Modise stands his ground.
Excellent defending there. Moremi just waiting for the defender to commit so he can choose his side. Wanted to lean to the left with a stronger foot. You could see just trying to buy his time, but excellent eye on the ball from a defender. Closes when he needed to. That's some good work there done from Modise.
Rinkami Modise was small. Mahikeng, he hails. You don't know where Mahikeng is. That's where Brown Mahotsi is from. I don't know who Brown Mahotsi is, I can't help you. Corner.
Double HP.
There you go. Many exports. Nice touch there from Bule, but I'm not sure he intended that. Oh, now there could be something on here for Chippa. What a turn from Matrose. Still Matrose, Venga now making a late arrival in the box. Still Matrose going though. And eventually it takes Yema to stop him. He is looking lively. Azola Matrose pumped up.
Yeah, but just so impressive for me is that this is the breakaway, but how the Orlando Pirates defense got behind the ball so quickly to evade the pressure, because Matrose had a number on them, and that number's there, applying the pressure and eventually winning possession.
King can come away with it here now. Cosnat space. And the Pirates who have provided 12 players to Hugo Broos's training squad of some 54 players, which is packed with young players, which is nice to see already. An eye on the future. He may not be a part of that future, Hugo Broos, but he's certainly preparing the national side for that future. And I've got to say, the future looks bright. So much beautiful young talent. We saw the efforts of our under-17s and our under-20s, their respective international tournaments. So it is all coming together very nicely. Not too long to go now before the Africa Cup of Nations starts in Morocco. Matter of weeks, you're going to catch every single game live here on the World of Champions as Moremi looks to dance his way through that defense. But again, some more excellent defending from Modise. Here's some choice words there for his defensive partners there.
Moremi's been the live wire so far for Pirates.
Relemofoke. Mbule shaping it. Confidently done by Msibi. So far, so good for Msibi.
Must say, he looks very comfortable, very confident. For a goalkeeper that's lacking game time. Excellent attempt here from Mbule.
The other option, of course, was in terms of Nelson Stole. He's the one on the bench, the former Cape Town City reserve keeper. He's the one deputizing tonight. Well, I tell you, we often hear coaches talk about, oh, Evanga gets the better of Sibisi. Evanga! Well, Sibisi got away with one there. Made a mistake there and almost misjudged the ball here and almost gets punished.
Moments of lapse in concentration. They just try to anticipate the bounce of the ball, and then it never skidded as fast as he thought it would, Sibisi. Here we go. Turn the body, just a bit of a mistimed clearance there. Evanga with the attempt.
What a unit he is, this man, Bienvenu Evanga. Big man there, leading the line for Chippa. Talent Embat. Then Tajela will leave it for Hotto. That is facing a team in the bottom 5 of the table for a 5th time this season, and they've yet to lose against the team in the bottom 5. There's Mbule. Moremi. You can see what he was trying to do there.
All the confidence in the world there, Moremi. Applauded by the coach.
And with every passing minute, Chippa will, not that they're lacking confidence in what we've seen here, but this will just be a boost. The longer they can stay in the game, the longer they can keep the score at 0-0, they will grow into the game as well. Evanga gets up, a little flick. I'd like to see Justice Figueiredo, though, says they can get a little closer to Evanga.
Yeah,
Tends to be a little isolated when he does get the ball, Evanga. Mbule, beautifully done. Hotto, the glancing header there from Mbutuma. Took a deflection. Or it came off a defender, so it's going to be a corner. Bethlehem's finest. Yeah, of course. And his mate, Kebo Mokwena, product of that Company Academy, Old Mutual Academies it was then, worked under coach, as we punched away by Msebi. And again, that attempt from Ranger from Mbata, but the flag is up for offside. Yeah, that academy used to produce a lot of good players. Mulefinteki was the man who guided them in the early days. Harmony, yeah. The Free State.
Yeah, you can see just catching Mbule offside.
Africa. Was, you know, the Abdeslam Wadu in his pre-match interview, was very complimentary of this Chippa side. Says he can't understand how Chippa find themselves where they are on the table. But have a look at Nemtajela. And that one took a deflection and was blocked on its way through the goal. So you often hear coaches talk about suffering. And Chippa are going to have to do that for long periods. It's going to take some serious application, maximum concentration. They've done it very well thus far.
Yeah, they have, and it's just difficult to understand that after playing 12 games, you had 4 coaches, so that's a change of coach every 3rd game. I mean, consistency is very difficult to come by.
We're not even halfway through the season, and Chippa, true to form, have already had 4 coaches. But you can see already the touches, the influence of Vos Vilagazi. When he gets his teams playing some really nice stuff. I remember him bringing Richards Bay here when they desperately needed a result, and they got one. They needed a win, and they got it. A 1-0 win, which meant they went into the playoffs. Saved them from direct relegation as the Pasika gets it away. Uganga, the referee says handball. Controlled it with the arm. Otto. Siema. Mbule, Sipo Mbule. Nice from Remy. Oh, this is amazing stuff again from Pirates. Oh, they really are turning on the style here tonight. Playing with such fluidity, such confidence and swag.
Mbule. Touches of class.
You know what they say about the great players is they always seem to have just that little bit more time on the board.
Number 2 there.
Almost as if time slows down when the ball gets to the feet of players like Sipho Mbule. That's how easy they make things look. Picking up pockets of space all the time. Looking for work and moves the ball around very quickly, which makes him very difficult to pin down. Moremi cuts inside. Again, that red wall that Chippa holds strong. And, 2 blocks of 4 in front at the back there.
Yeah.
When they lose possession. So Pirates are going to need the guile and creativity of the likes of for Kings. Just offloaded to Moremi. Moremi gets it back.
Now they need to get some width just to open up that defense.
Can Hotto keep this in play? Of course he can. Really nice vibe in the crowd that they've turned up here on a rainy night. Although the rain has stopped. Rainy night on a Tuesday night. It's a very good turnout. I mean, the entire bottom tier of the stadium is virtually packed, of course, for the exits, for the few empty patches where the seats are being repaired. Spacey. Mbata. Shanduganda. Nemtachel. Mufuki. And Chippa with bodies behind the ball. That's why Pirates have to move the ball around now, side to side. Now need to move it a lot quicker. Because Chippa are quite content to let them have it in front of them in these situations. And then they win it like that. Semi-Siabi, but just caught Sipho Mbule.
He had enough of his antics. No nonsense defender there. Disguised pass from Remy. ball was exposed, tried to nick it away, and Mbule just got the foot in the way.
Real opportunity here for Orlando Pirates. They can get a full haul of points here. I mean, that's why Coach Wadi described this as a six-pointer, although not in the traditional sense that you're used to that expression being used about six-pointer, but that's just the importance of a win here in the context, especially given that, you know, these games in hand, you know, Pirates learned the hard way last season that games in hand do not equal points, as Hotto can't keep this one down.
Yeah, that's right, and 3 points will bring them equal the number of points with Sundowns, and they'll still have that game in hand.
Here it is, Oscotene, Orlando Stadium, Knowledge Glory, and then there are Balakaletsi in attendance. They have come out here. Who are they supporting?
Yeah, I was wondering. Chiefs t-shirt apologizing to Chippa.
Come now, there could be a chance here. Hotto can't weave his way through.
He's been busy all evening there, CRB, protecting that defense. This time, cutting off the angle from a dangerous-looking Dion Hotto.
Fourth corner for Orlando Pirates. Now, Mofuke lining this one goes to the near post, cleared by Fasika. Now the break is on here for Chippa United. Getting onto it, this Figueiredo chasing him all the way. Excellently done, and wins the free kick. Does Levito. Fabulous cover defense from Tabiso Levito. The right back popping up at left back.
Excellent stuff to follow his man all over the pitch. Brilliant stuff from Levito.
Chasing his toilet down there.
A little bit of a wild challenge there. Eventually doing the job.
Toilet. For King, it's just to show too much of the ball. And there's a foul. The free kick goes the way of Chippa United. Kamis did well.
Yeah, last season that was a nice challenge for both players. The relay against Kamis.
There's a man they called Kanu in his playing days. He'll be very happy with what he sees. Now look at those numbers. He says there's something that worked on is that defense. Look at that. Yeah, only one other team has scored, conceded more goals. Came off Maremi, that'll be a throw-in. That's more good work from Modise. He is such a good player, is Hadim Game, Modise.
He does what defenders are asked for, defense first.
Formerly with the Sundowns Academy, product of the Sundowns Academy, of course. Actually left Mahikeng, he was quite young, to go and join up with the Sundowns Academy. Look at that. Chiefs with the second least goals conceded. What a contrast from last season. And they couldn't buy a clean sheet. 5 minutes to go to the break, and somehow it's still 0-0 at Orlando Stadium. Can Pirates get the breakthrough before the break? This is where Chippa are going to have to be on it and at it. Maximum concentration. Great turn. Mule almost slipped it through for Butuma.
Yeah, I'm not too sure how much longer can Chippa hold of, because they're doing all the work without the ball. Looking for that one opportunity.
Energy sapping stuff, this, when you're having to chase the ball as much as Chippa are doing. But I think they came here knowing that would be the case. Nice pass there from Bata to find Hotto. Just ball whipped in by Chippa. Matrose. He's going to have a little run. Beautifully done there. Matrose is on it. We're going to see our first card of a game here. Just one too many fouls there from Talendemba, and that stopped the promising attack. And Talendemba is the first player into the book.
Yeah, he's doing his job. He's responsible for cleaning up in that midfield, leaving the likes of Mbule and Mtajela do the play, and Bata taking one for the team that time. What makes him so effective is that Mbata always playing forward. It's not the safe side pass or backward pass. Very effective passing there.
No one wanted to miss out tonight here. Coach Edmund Beganovic of TS Galaxy in the building. We're going to have a minimum of 1 minute now, but what can Chippa do with this one? Lewis just lost possession at a crucial moment, and they could be hurt here now, because here come Pirates with Moremi. Switches play there now for Relemo Fukeng. Fukeng will take on the man, stands his ground. More good defending from Chippa United. There is some excellent defensive work being done here by Sami Siabi on that occasion, helping out the defense. This is actually the attack of Pirates versus the defense of Chippa. How this game is turning out. Lebitso to Mbule, and just to get a pass to Moremi. Still Moremi. Because once again, Chippa get numbers behind the ball. It's going to take something special to pick this red wall open here. Here comes Moremi. Maybe he can deliver, overcook that one. Came off Dion Hotto there, and that should probably be that for the first half. As referee Mr. Gassa blows the whistle for halftime. Look at that box entries, 11 for Moremi alone. It will be interesting to see. In fact, that wasn't the whistle yet. The play continues. Keep. It's Kamis. The throw. If that were the whistle, that would have been a bit too early. I was a little bit surprised. We have 1 minute before we get into the minimum 1 minute to be added on. Libitzo finds Moremi. But Kami's read that one. He read it and misplaced by Mbata. And Kami's realized it was going out. The Slamwadu will be disappointed that for all this possession and all the chances created, nothing to show for it. Yeah, the Pirates players, and sitting on the bench in those beautiful tracksuit tops. It's not pink, it's mauve.
Salmon.
It's mauve. That's what the Jiggerman said. It's not pink. It's mauve. Now we're into stoppage time. 1 minute minimum. Those critical moments of the game now. Chippa have done so well defensively up to now. They not let it slip now, but there's a chance then possibly for them to have the last to break here. Matrose. Combines with Figueiredo. Tracks on the pace now, wants to invite Sibisi on a foot race. Oh, and he's come away with it. Oh, he's fouled Sibisi. I wonder about that. It's a bit of a... Wasn't that a bit of 6 of the run-up, doesn't it? Other shoulder to shoulder, but
yeah.
Sibisi looks like they've done himself. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah. Oh, he felt awkwardly.
He felt awkward, yeah. If he's injured himself, it was more from the way his stats got caught in the grass. But I'm not so sure that was a foul. It's Figueiredo's physicality coming to the fore.
Fair shoulder challenge.
It's a contact sport, like love. Tajela. Well, we've already had a minute, almost a minute and a half now. Referee Kasa reckons that's enough. And Chippa there goes in to see the home side in action at the Orlando Stadium for this calendar year. Because next weekend is the big cup final out in Polokwane, and then after that it's all about the Africa Cup of Nations. So as we welcome you back, I can tell you that there are a couple of changes, so we'll talk to you about that in a moment. Chippa are first to blink and having a look at the players that are coming on, and I'm going to get Stanton Frederick's thoughts on that in a moment. It is the changes that are being made are players that were not actually that influential in what is, I think Chippa, at least Vlagazi, the coach of Chippa United, has decided he can't afford to have passengers in a game where they're having to work so hard, and that's why Abdullah Mariko against his parent club has now gone off at halftime. He's to be replaced by Somela Nsundwana, and Boy Madiwani is another change coming on. He's going to replace Kolani Strole, and it'll be Chippa to get us underway, or back underway, as the referee Skumuzo Kasa gets us going again. If you've just joined us, Chippa in red attacking the goals now to the right, and of course Orlando Pirates Ezimnyama Ngengane in all black tonight. They dominated possession. Stanton Fredericks created the lion's share of the chances, in fact most of the chances, but they still haven't been able to breach the man who's making his first appearance of the season, Tumsani Msebe.
Yeah, he's looked very comfortable in goal. Orlando Pirates peppering that goal and still standing still with not conceding. As we have a look at the two changes, Msundwana as well as Maringwana coming in there, boy, just to add a bit of pace and physicality is what he'll bring, and hopefully Evanga can work in and around him. So you can see that coach Vuzimuzi Vilakazi taking a bit of a risk here.
Right, as you see the teams are scrolling at the bottom of your screen, Pirates had made 4 changes as Hotto overcooks this one. Pirates had made 4 changes from the team that beat Richards Bay in the Carling knockout to book a place in the final. Chippa had also made 4 changes, and at the break made a double change. This is the man, Msebi. As I said, it's been almost 2 years since he started a game. As you see the rain starts to come down again, it held out, at least it stayed away for the first half, and now it's going to come down. That could be another factor to consider here. Stanton Fredericks could change the conditions underfoot.
Yeah, we've seen in the first half Sibisi just losing his footing and almost it's to Evanga. He's been a live wire. Maturus needs to get closer to Evanga.
And is that going to be a card? I think, yep, there is a card there. Referee has a book. I think it's Fasika that's gone into the book. The first Chippa player into the book, Idumba Fasika.
Such an imposing figure.
They've done very well defensively, it must be said, Chippa in this game so far. Butuma had a few half chances, a couple of beautiful crosses flashed across and just couldn't get on to. Other than that, has been largely anonymous. I wonder whether this could be an opening for Evidence Maropa to get involved.
Yeah, don't get too clever, sir.
Way too cool.
You just mentioned the slippery surface now, TT. You just mentioned it.
If anything is shown, he's calm. He's very calm. He's not frazzled at all, or intimidated by the stage. He certainly hasn't looked like a player who's making his first appearance in, as I said, almost 2 years. Now comes again. Really a rare mistake from him as he misplaces a pass. The referee's going to stop play because I think the suspicion of a head injury there. The crowd don't like it, but the referee has to, at all times, consider the safety of the players. And if a player looks like he's gone down with a head injury, the referee must stop play.
Yeah, good call from the ref. Have a look at. Yeah, it's just a ball in the face.
The ref has to make sure he's okay.
Actually happened to me, TT. A clearance from a defender caught me on the head and lost consciousness and woke up in hospital in Greece.
Oh, good. Are you okay now?
I think so.
I was about to ask, how do you know? Yeah, I think Sami Siavi is seeing stars for just a moment. The thumbs up given to the bench, so he'll carry on, the skipper, for tonight. Well, those are the options available to Abdeslam Wadu. And these are the players that are being warmed up. What do you think at this stage, as we are approaching the hour mark? That's normally when coaches start to change things around here. Pirates have dominated possession. That just that final ball may be lacking. Bule with his nifty touch, and Butuma! Oh, what a save! Msebi! Great reflexes to deny Butuma. Relemufuking turning one way and then the other, goes down on that challenge. Referee waves play on. Chippa can break. They've delayed it a little bit too much, and Pirates have gotten back into position. What a save that was from Msebi from almost point-blank range as Butuma looked to poke it home. Wasn't really power behind it, but now this is promising, but the flag was up offside against Figueiredo.
We can see that bit of a switch in formation here. The change allows Maringwana to go to right back, and Kam is now in the central position. Here's the 1-2, attempted 1-2. The clearance that fell to Butuma. Didn't have much options. He needed to have that touch. Ball just didn't want to sit for him.
Well, looking at Sipumbule, one can't help but think back to what we witnessed in the North London derby, and he's got that Eze thing about him as well, or Eze has got that Mbule thing about him. You take your pick. Yeah. These are elegant players on the ball. Everything just looks, the ball looks like it's on a string. Well, he's in the building in disguise, incognito. But those who recognize him. He's a TLB.
I'm not convinced that's Bokazi. I'm not convinced, no.
Yeah, I also want more evidence. He's going to need to take that cap off for me to be convinced as well. the hoodie. Mbule lines this one up. Beautifully done by MCB again. We haven't shown you that. Now, Chippa United with Figueiredo. Figueiredo again, nicely controlled. Beautiful touches there from Figueiredo now. Dangerous looking ball into the box. Headed away, danger not gone yet for Pirates. Now, John Hodder puts a boot through it. Oh, Mafasika with a mistake in Butuma. No, wrong ball, wrong pass there. We could have had Chippa and all kinds of problems there. So Fasika's mistake, gifting the ball to Butuma. Talent impact. Chippa United have not won in their last 11 away league games. They've drawn 4 and lost 7. Their last win was the 2-0 triumph over Cape Town City on the 18th of February.
Wow.
It's been a slog.
And their away form no better, only 1 point on the road for Chippa.
That's what I'm saying. It's been a real struggle. In 11 matches, we only picked up 4 points on the road. And this referee Gansa with a card in hand long before he arrived at the scene of the recipient. And Mzani Msibi is rewarded for his fine performance so far with a yellow. Vito. There's Kamis with a body check there. So yeah, why would the card have gone to Msibi actually? I was wondering about that. So it looks like it is Kamis. Or then Msibi was booked for free kick in a dangerous position, very dangerous position here. Chance for Pirates to break the deadlock here, take the lead. Pirates are preparing a triple change, but first this taken confidently by Msibi. Now Matrosa giving chase, but Vito was quicker to that one. Relive helping out, tracking back to help out.
Vito not for the first time from right back. Clears the danger at the left back's position.
Yeah, it's covered very well for his centre backs. Now looking to take his man on in a foot race is Moreni. You know he's quick. Mufuki. Trying to add a bit of sauce, gives that away, but they've got it back with John Hotto. Can he get a ball in here? Nice 1-2 with just too much. Just too much as the rain comes down a little bit harder now.
Yeah, the slippery pitch was the problem there. Brilliant 1-2 there from Relay, trying to match up with Hotto. Not often you see How to not make a ball. Just that skidding, unlucky.
Well, if Chippa were to hold on here and keep a clean sheet, it would be only their third one of the season. They've got the joint second fewest of all teams, along with TS Galaxy and Orbit College. Only Marumo Gallants are yet to keep a clean sheet this season.
But Chopper will go to the right, and that'll see Figueiredo maybe move to a central position.
Wouldn't become as too much of a surprise that Chippa weren't to get on the score sheet here tonight. They've only scored 7 goals this season, which is the 3rd lowest in the league. And they've had just 27 shots on target, which is the fewest of any team. Pirates lead in those stakes. This one flashes across, and behind for a goal kick. Sipocheng wants to get on with it. Wants the ball boy to get the ball to him quicker.
I've hardly seen Sipocheng in this match. Match is the dominance of Pirates.
Pirates on a run of 5 successive wins at home. Only Skukune this season have left the stadium with points. And again, the Chippa defense hold strong. Gotta give credit to their defensive effort here this evening. It's been mostly a rear guard effort from them, but they've executed to perfection. But it's tiring working without the ball, and when you're up against a team of so much individual quality, it's not a tactic you can rely on. Just to defend and defend and defend.
Got a suffer.
Ooh, the deflection could have taken that one anyway. Zimbata was looking to produce one of his specialities. So here come the changes then. It's a 1-1, a triple change for Orlando Pirates. Apolles, Makefene Makaola. Wow, what a roar he will get when he gets onto the field. And then Evidence Mahopa. I suspect indeed he will replace Mbotoma. Yeah, hasn't happened for Yanela Mbotoma tonight. So Evidence Mahopa, we know he offers something different. Stegan will be a very different proposition for the defense here of Chippa to deal with. He will apply that high press, he will hold up play. And Apollos also coming in, Sipombula's night is standing. And of course, Mbata, a huge cheer as Makaola comes on. And of course, Oswin Apollos is another. They can produce a bit of magic. Oh! Almost came all the way through here. What a chance that was.
Yeah, Mahopa will pose a different problem for that defense of Fasika, as well as Majid Budo. So Chippa's made their move, Pirates has made their move.
What now? With an hour gone, just over an hour gone now, we're still at 0-0. That's not a score line you would have called after 60 minutes of football. And even if you look at the stats here, as Majadi, rather Cummings comes away with it. Well, to keep possession here from Chippa. Paris starting to apply the bit of a press and putting in Chippa under pressure, but Chippa can heave a sigh of relief as they get the free kick. So Thorpe was fouled there. Bandile Thorpe came on there. There's a sub.
Yeah, went down a little bit soft there. He went down before Otto made contact with him. they ain't going nowhere.
Now, a step over there and a ball whipped in by Tsundwana, who has taken up a place wide on that left-hand side, as he does.
Ex-Richards Bay combination there in Tsundwana and Figueiredo.
So, even Gar was withdrawn. I can only imagine, because he was giving problems to the Pirates defense. I can only imagine maybe the fitness levels aren't all there. But yeah, it's a surprise move for me, because I thought he really kept them honest. Was a bother every time they went on the break.
Yeah, he plays with his back to goal, so links up play very nicely. So I think maybe coach opting for Figueiredo with a bit more pace. The last line.
Sponice, and then Chinaso Fireman. There we have a winner. And he takes home all the money, 20,000 rand, because he is a Betway account holder. Congratulations, Zolani Vuma. Merry Christmas to you. With a whole month to go.
Zolani Vuma looking like Jack Sparrow.
Looking like a proper pirate. "25 minutes to go. Can Pirates find a breakthrough? Will Chippa hold on? They've done an excellent job thus far. Defensively. Had to work without the ball. This is Pirates' 12th match at home in all competitions this season, and they've won 9 games and drawn 1. Just a single loss. That was the one against the Skuku. They won 1-0 here on the 9th of August. That goes out of play for a throw-in for Chippa. Pirates' last league match, that's their last game in the Premiership, was away to Golden Arrows at the start of November the 5th, and won that one by 3-1. Goes from Yanena Mbutuma. The brace from Mbutuma, by the way. Chopin teasing Hotto. Still going as Matrose then loses his footing.
Otto not having that experience coming through.
Libizzo. Remy. See that Pirates still well on top. Look at the pass completed, more than double. There's going to be a caution here. Put in a moment there. That's the second yellow card to a Chippa, like the third yellow card. Going to a Chippa player. This is why. Handball there, deliberate handball. Very naughty from Mariwan. In fact,
Bartas just gone off. They would have fancied him to have
a crack from here.
Yeah.
Well, let's see who's standing over it. I know Apollos might be interested.
For King as well.
Rem is there. But the player who's teeing it up. There's three players standing over it. They could relay him for King. Of course, he can certainly shape the ball. If not all-out power, it's all about placement. He can do the business. so he should be favourite to hit this one. Tester for Msibi. We get a flash of lightning. And the distance there, well, not in a too great distance. But now let's have a look. Relive kept rising.
Definitely not his best.
Yeah, now, let's say as things stand, we would move to within 2 points of Mamelodi Sundowns, so but with still a game in hand.
I think that's right. That's right. He said it's a 6-pointer, no?
Yeah,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what he meant by a 6-pointer. Yeah.
That's a bold statement.
Rather. In December. When you're not even top of the table. On the end of November, so not even in December yet. Right. Well, something. Remy went for the snapshot there on the half volley. Something is coming out of the game now since the changes were made. South Africa is a movie, he would say, as he takes a sip of water. That man, at the moment, he's not liking the movie he's watching.
Yeah, great anticipation.
Yeah. Shot from Moremi there it was. Just I think his eyes lit up when that one came to him and thought, I'll have a go here. A Chippa lived to fight another day. Moremi now operating down this left-hand side with a polish. Here's a polish now on the, takes a shot. Oh. They don't want to be standing off him for too many times in those situations because he can also smack a football.
Yeah, packs a punch here. Nice first touch. Let's open it up from a standing position there.
Hardly any backlift there. But listen, as long as they are reduced to taking shots from there, I think Msibi will be happy. Coach Vosun Pelagas will be happy if they're going to be taking shots from range. It means that the defensive job that they're doing is very good. Look at that, no attempt on goal in the second half from Chippa. 5-point Pirates already. 10-3 in the first half.
We expect that number to rise. For Pirates, that is. This time off the shoulder.
By the way, I mentioned that the last win in the last game in the Betway Premiership. I told you they're all here. There's the Premier of Gauteng, Panyaza Lesufi. It seems as if he and the King of Quake to go everywhere together.
Yeah, Arthur's at the right stadium this time.
Yes. So here comes the change then for Chippa. It's their fourth now. Asane Lebonani, who's an attacking midfielder. So Busplagazi is not settling for a draw here. Matros had a good game, and I think he's run out of gas, especially in the first half. It was particularly good.
Yep, solid performance here from Matros. Tried his best. And his socks off. They still have at least another 20 minutes to soak up the pressure, has Chippa.
I know if they do come away with a point here or more, it would have been some gutsy display from the Chile boys. Kami's lining it up. That was a strange attempt a header from Figueiredo there. Half-hearted attempt. Apollos. Relive again. Siema wanted to pick out Ntajela, wanted to put it at his feet.
Vito just running into trouble there.
Oh, what a ball from Relive again! Oh, special! Brilliant! And yet again, Paris find a goal off the bench. Evidence Makhupa applies the finishing touch, but give all the credit there to Relive. The assist will go to Dion Hato. But my word, that secondary assist, that pass from Relive. How do they describe it? Try pull up a window. Smashes the windows with that pass. Wow, what a world goal. And finally, it's only taken 75 minutes. And the Chippa United defense that have held so strong have been breached. I said it would take a moment of sheer brilliance. They've got them on, he's got them on their feet.
Yeah, drop deep here.
Yes.
Unlocked that defense with a brilliant pass. Excellent first touch from Hato. Not the easiest on this greasy pitch. Just cushioned it nicely, lifted his head, and found a lethal striker at the far post as Evidence Makhupa knocks that one in, and Pirates take the lead.
He won't score many easier ones, will he? Even though he lost his footing as he put that one in the back of the net. Pirates finally make their breakthrough. That's the 6th goal that they've scored off the bench. In other words, that's scored by a sub this season. And they match arrows there in terms of number of goals scored by subs. Now that puts Pirates in a very strong position. When they score first, the Pirates, they have won 7 and lost just the 1 match. So they've scored first 8 times this season. They've gone on to win 7. So they've got themselves in front again. Do Chippa have anything? They've defended so well for so long. That can be a real killer blow. But they've now got to show what they've got in attack if they're to rescue a point here. Look at him, CB. Look at him, CB. Oh, got lucky there. Got lucky there, did Tumsani Msibi. So Chippa's a wretched run here looks set to continue.
And they're away from?
Yes, they're 4 run away from home. I mentioned winless in 11, so going back to last season already. February, the last time Chippa won a game on the road. That'll be a very relieved man, Wadu. This is a look at that goal again, that vision for the pass.
Yeah, it was Marijuana that wasn't close enough to the centre-back that gave that space.
Here come Pirates again now. They'll want to finish it off.
And if Pirates are to challenge for the league, which I think they definitely are, these are the games, the difficult ones where you pick up the 3 points out of a car. Allow you to challenge at the end of the season.
Must make these ones count. Well, I mean, it's just rewards for the amount of, for the way they've dominated the game. They've dominated possession. They've definitely created much better chances. Actually, in the second half, Chippa have kind of faded. They haven't offered much.
some encouraging performances here this evening. Good to see Mafokeng back. He's buzzing, his quality always causing problems, and a vital pass for that opening resulted in a goal. Howler back as well. That can good news for Orlando Pirates.
Howler has been out for so long. Mafokeng, the difference maker yet again. I would say a moment of magic from one player. There's way too much individual quality in this Pirate side for you to try and defend for 90 minutes. Now, could be something on here for Chippa from Ntundwana. And Figueiredo still alive here. Chance here! And what a save from Sipho Chain. Great reflexes with his feet. Cummings has a goal, and Chain was straight at Sipho Chain. What a chance that was. Their best of the game for Chippa.
I tell you what, it was a match-winning save there from Sipho Chain. Had very little to do all evening. When it mattered most, he came up trumps. Excellent ball here from Ntundwana. Figueiredo reaching. Nice touch from Madimwana. And that save that kept him at bay.
Now, this is Makopa and Moremi. Mezu fluffed his lines there. Oh, that was almost the clincher there from Nemtajela. Moremi uncharacteristically there. Not his feet all mixed up there, or just seemed to be unsure about what he wanted to do at that moment. This is the chance. That is the chance. Sanele Bonani, the sub.
Chance to be a hero, and Sipho Chain not having that.
Pirates are going to make a change in a moment. Moremi is the player will be replaced. Now, Chippa finishing with a bit of a flurry here. 10 minutes to go. Still plenty of time to try and rescue a point here. Only once have Chippa, in their previous 25 meetings against Pirates, only once have they gained a point away to Pirates, and that was in a 0-0 draw in the 21-22 season. Otherwise, it's been a story of domination by Orlando Pirates. Did the double last season, and if the scoreline stays this way, Pirates will complete the double yet again over Chippa. Kamaldeen is also going to be, Rusai Kamaldeen is also going to be introduced, another attacker for Chippa as they try and get a rescue a point, and Kabelo Dlamini checks in for Moremi. Rusai Kamaldeen replaces Semisiabi, so sacrificing a defensive player for an attacker. Stiga?
Yeah, leaving Cummins in the midfield. Has to be done. We're trailing.
Now Apollos. Combining with Makupa. Or rather, look, that was a pass intended for Makupa, but Kabelo Dlamini got it wrong there. Mafokeng is the man who's once again. This is the live log then. They will be level on points with Mamelodi Sundowns, just a goal difference separating them. And they have a game in hand to Orlando Pirates. Apollos is brought down on the edge of the box. This is in very dangerous territory. Pirates looking now to wrap this one up.
Twisting and turning is Apollos. dummy from Sindwana, brilliant low center of gravity, and trailing foot. He wins a free kick in a dangerous position for his side. Time for them to soak it up, slow down, manage the lead.
This is a game that always does produce goals, tends to produce goals. We only ever had 2 goalless draws between these two. And it would have been a big surprise if a game that produced so many chances would end scoreless. And now Pirates with a chance here now to double their lead. Pirates have now on course for a 5th successive win over Chippa in the league. A matter of 5 minutes away from that, but this is a promising position to wrap it up. Kabelo Dlamini, not one of his best. Not by far one of his best efforts.
A little bit too close to get it up and over.
I mentioned earlier that 23 of the 25 league games between these two sides have produced goals. And there we have it again today. We've had goals in the last 7 games between the sides, with Pirates as host. Apollos. Can he supply Makopa to wrap it up? Wow, that fizzed through that one. And Chippa hit that one. So the only time that Pirates have scored in 10 of their previous 12 home league games against Chippa, and only failed to score once in a 1-0 loss in 2012-2013. That's the first season that Chippa were in it. That's how far back you have to go for Chippa's only win against Pirates. That was a 1-0 win. The only win away from home for Chippa against Pirates. And as I said, the only other time you left here was in a 0-0 draw. The 0-0 draw in 2022. Time is running out for Chippa to rescue a point here.
Made them look solid defensively today, but just that 1 inch in the armour.
So and then at the other end, Sipho Chain is on track for clean sheet number 7.
Sindwana created the opportunity for Chippa earlier.
Here they come again on under Pirates. Apollos was in an offside position. Still Apollos. The cutback there, just behind. Just played it just behind. Was that Rela Mufuke? Into the approaching the last 2 minutes. Not still waiting for an indication of. It looks like we're going to have minimum of 4 minutes at the end of the game. Minimum of 4 minutes to be added on. course, Pirates will also be gearing themselves up for next week's Cup final. They'll face Marumo Gallants in the final. Extraordinarily is Frederick's Pirates' appearance in the final of the Telkom knockout will be the first time they appeared, or rather the Kali knockout will be the first time they reached the final of that competition since 2018.
Wow.
Now,
Second offside for Pirates. And that's very close. Extremely close call.
close, very close. Into the last minute then. Macaona playing it with Apollos. Dionato Mahopa slows down quickly though by Majadi Bodu. Chippa is there, ball over the top, but Chain will claim that one.
Is it time to look for the second or time to just manage the result?
Dlamini wide to Apollos. Nemtajela's in the box, and here comes Rele Mofokeng. Nemtajela, poor first touch. Apollos. A block from Modise. Oh, what a game he has had as well, especially in that first half. Kabelo Dlamini trying to... doesn't have his sights with him tonight. That left boot can do magic, but not so much tonight.
Came on, injected a lot of energy down that right-hand side, did Apollos. We'll see Chippa will remain at 7 points in 16th position.
Yeah, rock bottom now. Still he's
Flirting.
tough times, tough times.
In action tomorrow evening.
Be a chance here. Straight at Sipo Chain, and I think that might well have been then last chance. Banani again it was. Pirates' next opponent of the weekend will be Durban City, away from home. And then after that, next week, as I said, they're building up to the final. They've got a game against Richards Bay as well before the final. Richards Bay, who they defeated recently, of course, to qualify for the cup final. Majadi Bodu has worked his socks off there at the back. In fact, that entire defense has really been impressive. But yeah, all it takes is one momentary slip and or a moment of brilliance. They can't even say momentary slip, because it was a moment of brilliance from Rele Mofokeng. As the volume goes up inside the Orlando Stadium, the Christmas lights are... Oh, no ways! No ways! Oswin Apollos with a party piece! Gives a present, Christmas present to the Pirates supporters, and makes safe the 3 points. Oh my word! Magic! It's another sheet. That's 7 goals now for Pirates. No other team has scored more goals off the bench. That speaks to depth. That speaks to options. Oh, that was brilliant. You've got to feel, though, from CB. He's had such a good game, but there's nothing he could do about the 2 goals that he's conceded.
Yeah, it was excellent all evening there, TT. But you cannot give that man time and space in the box. He looked up, saw the angle, not sure if there was a deflection. But have a look now. Damini is the one that picked him up. Today, he sat off him. Cummins never closed him enough. I think there's a bit of a deflection, but top bins from the Palace to give Orlando Pirates what would be the 3 points. A little bit of a deflection, but
no, that's a big deflection. As I said, you've got to feel for the keeper. I didn't realize at first sight that there was a big deflection like that. That's completely wrong-footed, the keeper. 4 minutes, the minimum 4 minutes is up. And now, can Chippa get themselves a consolation goal? This will be their last chance to do so, but great work from Dion Hotto to keep Mariwani at bay. Chippa United haven't scored at this ground since 2019. So this is the 7th game where they failed to score against the Pirates. Full volume now. The center line supporters, they can cheer now because the 3 points are in the bag.